What on earth happened tonight? What in earth happened this midweek? We're going to have to talk about it, people. Do me a favor. Hit like, hit subscribe if you're smiling like this. This is going to be exhausting. I can't help but smile. I never, ever saw this coming. I never saw it coming. I honestly thought the results would have been reversed. I truly felt like Brighton would have something for us tonight and Forest would get pummeled. Boy, isn't it good to be wrong sometimes, eh? Isn't it good to be wrong in football? I love being wrong. I love it. I love being proved wrong. And I love getting predictions that are fairly pessimistic wrong. Should I have had more faith tonight? Or should I have? Because I tell you what, it still weren't pretty. It still wasn't a comfortable watch. It still was tough with 15 minutes to go. And it is same old Arsenal this season. But you can rely on clean sheets again, it seems. Gabriel tonight, easily player of the match. Monster, colossus at the back. The leader, the one who took the game by the scruff of its neck and said, I got you. We're going to have to get into some of those players. Before I do that, Wolfie and Nottingham Forest, I hope you stay up. After tonight, I hope you stay up even more. Tottenham Hotspur could be going down and Arsenal could be winning the league. Arsenal see themselves 7 points clear. Yes, there is a game in hand for City, but even if they win that, it is still now in our hands because even if they beat us at the Etihad, we have to beat our games and we can't be thinking like that. But for me, we've got to now have that one hand reaching towards the trophy. It's like, can we put one hand on it yet? Because we cannot mess this up from here. We just can't, man. 7 points clear. We're now 7 points clear again, but they've got that game in hand. We must. Now let's talk about the players. I'll start with Gabriel. I know I've mentioned him briefly. I thought he was unbelievably good tonight. Unbelievably good. I'm talking on and off the pitch tonight. I'm looking at leadership qualities. I'm looking at ability on the ball. I'm looking at calmness. I'm looking at composure. I'm looking at drive on the football. I'm looking at sensibility. I'm looking at responsibility. I'm looking at aggression. I'm looking at passion. I'm looking at desire. Tick, 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 tick. Easily player of the match. Easily. No one talked to about anybody else that come close. They didn't. He was immense. Easily man of the match. And do you know what? He, for me, if we have anything in May that we're doing that with, I think he'll be the one that people remember this season the most. Declan Rice deserves a mention. So does Raya and Timber and Saliba and players. We all remember them, right? But for me, he's the one that I will remember back in history if we were to be lifting silverware as the one that is most responsible for it. I just thought he was outstanding. Outstanding. You have to big up Raya because when I saw the first few minutes and he passed the ball to Baleba and he almost got lobbed, I thought, oh dear, please. You've had two of the best games I've seen in a long time against Spurs and Chelsea, and now you're back to doing this. But in his defence, and to be fair to him, he ironed out those mistakes. He kept calm. He come for every cross. He looked commanding from crossing. His distribution was good. And I didn't see much silliness today from Raya. He did make a couple of good saves. He did come for some crosses and he kept things calm. And I think it's easy for us as fans to just expect it. He's got to deliver it. And I thought he delivered it tonight. Fair play to David Raya. He was the only other player that I thought would even get close to a mention in comparison to who was our clear player of the match in Gabriel. The other one I have to mention is Nkapie for two reasons. I thought he was fairly solid. There was a couple of mad moments where I was thinking, keep your head. But really and truly, he's the only player at the moment that I actually look excited about when he's going forward on the ball. It looks like he's got some drive, intent to move forward with the ball and to cross it and to actually play 1-2s nicely, to get forward, to look at who he can link up with, to see if there's any form of passing in triangles down that left-hand side. He's been a part of it. And then secondly, to slot into centre-back, where I thought he actually played even better tonight. Very, very impressed with this signing. Very impressed. And I know he's not our player yet, but he's pretty much ours. I think it's an obligation. So I expect us to be signing him. And I would sign him. I think he's come in, done the job in 2 positions when called upon, and he's not let us down. Really let us down. I think this is a signing people aren't really talking about at the moment. And it's given people a little bit of doubt in the summer about who you would play at left back now. I think what we've done is we've gone from Lewis Skelly's the best left back to Calafiori's the best left back to Nkapie's the best left back in a matter of 7 or 8 months. For me, right now, Nkapie plays. At the weekend, obviously we make changes, but Nkapie, he deserves a mention tonight. Urian Timber, I'll give him a shout out. I thought he did as best as he could. And then Minte come on, and I felt like it was a different story. I felt like he gave Mosquera and Timber more of a torrid time. But Timber held his own tonight. I think he is knackered. I think he needs to be rested again. But he held his own tonight. Mosquera, I'll be real, he got booked, and from there felt like he was very nervy about how he was going to defend against the team that we all know were going to target him when he was on a yellow card. And I think it was the right move to bring him off and Calafiori to come on. But look, I thought he was okay. Nothing to write home about. Zubamendi needed to come off. Shouldn't have started. Should have played Norgard, in my opinion. I felt like his passing was a little bit wayward. He miscontrolled it a few times, won it back a few times, but defensively felt like he was always a chance that he could get caught out tonight. Just don't think he looks fit. Think he needs a rest. Declan Rice, likewise. I didn't think he was outstanding tonight. But you know what? It's a typical Declan Rice performance. When he doesn't really look at his best, there's always a chance that he'll win that ball back like he did, win his duel, come out on top, put some deliveries in. He was always someone I looked at to, come on, you got something for us. And people, that's where it stops. Because everybody else was pretty pathetic tonight. Let's talk about the goal, because we can get the positive out of the way. Bukayo Saka. So glad that he cut in and shot. I said cut in, shoot, or cut in and cross it. And he went for the goal. And I know it comes off of the back of Baleba, but it makes it difficult. But the goalkeeper's got to do better. He has to. But Bukayo Saka, that's where it stops. I didn't think he was good tonight. I thought he was poor. I thought he was very poor, in fact. Martinelli, stinker and hooked. I don't think he got anything right. There was one scenario, he was on the left-hand side. It was a great pass to him. And he literally does nothing but lose the ball. And when you go 1-0 up, I know now that Mikel Arteta tells them to keep it calm, because there was a free kick and everyone went forward for it. And Declan Rice passed it to Eze, and Eze went back to Urian Timber at right back. And I'm like, wow, we're not going to try and see this out 1-0, surely. But we did. And if you're going to do that, 1, you have to. And 2, you have to win playing like that, because it ain't pretty. People ain't going to be paying money to watch that most weeks. The only reason they're paying is because you're winning trophies playing it. Because trust me, if you don't win trophies playing like this, it ain't fun. It ain't pretty. It's a hard watch, yeah? I get it. I hear it. Everyone's a bit questionable about it. That means we've got to win, people. We've just got to lift silverware doing it. And then everyone will be okay. Eze, invisible. Invisible. Nowhere near good enough. Won a couple of fouls. Passed the ball nicely a few times. But I'm not seeing any drive on the ball. Hardly any shots. Didn't create anything. Poor game again. Victor Gyökeres. Oh dear. Oh Lord. That was not a good performance, was it? I've seen some bad ones from him, and that was right up there in the catalogue of stinkers from Victor Gyökeres. And then the players who came on, we'll give him a mention. Norgard, fair play. He came on. We've mentioned Calafiori. And the other 2 that came on were Trossard, who I thought was absolutely stinking. I thought he had an absolute stinker. There was not really much he did that was right other than win a couple of decent free kicks. But I will mention Kai Havertz. Now, it wasn't wonderful when he came on. He didn't change the game. He didn't take us to the next level. But I tell you what he did. He made it look like we have a striker up top that actually knows what they're doing. And I'm not saying he knows what they're doing in terms of score, but he actually did look comfortable when he was on the football. He looked like he could spray a pass. He looked like he could link up. He looked like he could drop deep. He looked like he could make an option. He looked like he could make a run. He looked like he would run the channels. Stuff that's very, very basic, I know, for a number 9, but at least he was doing it. Victor Gyökeres was awful tonight. He miscontrolled it. His runs were poor. When he made a run, he fell over it. He took forever to turn on the ball. He took forever to control the football. It was a stinker from him. But Kai Havertz, fair play. He was a lot better. A lot better. Brighton will be disappointed tonight. I felt they had a couple of good chances. They had a couple of headers that they should have done better with, in my opinion. But we got the 3 points. And that is all that matters. It's all that matters. This now is all that matters. Just win. 8 games left. 8 games. And we have to win them. We have to win them. Now, people will go, no, we don't. We don't have to win them all. We don't have to. We can, drop points now and, lose one and draw one, is it? Whatever it be. I don't want to lose any. I don't want to draw any. I want to win 8 games. I want to win 8 games. Now, we have a couple of big games coming up now, people. Big games. It's time to rotate. It's time to keep as fit as possible. Manchester City will be disappointed tonight. But you know what? It means we need to strike while the iron's hot. Let's hope Newcastle will chuck them out of the FA Cup at the weekend while their morale's low. Let's hope Real Madrid dump them out so that when we go play them in the final, they're out of both those competitions too. Let's be mean. You know what? We do our job. We can hope, but we do our job. I want wholesale changes against Mansfield. I want to go through that game. I want to get through the 2-legged affair against Leverkusen, and I want to win that cup final. Yes, we got to beat Everton as well. We get that. But I'm talking about the other competitions. Rotate and use the players' fitness now as that absolute epitome of what we need moving forward. Fitness, fitness, fitness. Use Lewis Skelly. Use Madueke. Use Jesus. Use Norgard. Use Mosquera. If you have to go and use Marley Salmon, if you have to go and use Josh Nichols at right back, you use them. Kepa in goal if you have to. I need to now see all those players play at the weekend against Mansfield. And then they get their rest. They get their week back again. And they have a full week again of fitness. That's what we need now. A full week of rest. Get back to full fitness. And we're ready to go against Bayer Leverkusen. Guys, tonight was spectacular. West Ham and Forest picked up points on top of the fact that Tottenham have now got to beat Palace. Forest picking up points means that Manchester City drop points. Arsenal win their game. It's been a beautiful couple of days. And what's funny, let me just check my phone to make sure this has actually been confirmed. We all saw Wolves beat Liverpool, right? That's been confirmed. What's even funnier is Newcastle beat Manchester United with 10 men in the last minute. People, these midweek games can be horrific, but they can also be beautiful. Hit like, hit subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.